Hey, how you guys doing out there today? This is Stefan Jimenez from the RotoBeast team, and I'm here to present you our NBA picks for Thursday, December 14th. If you're new to our channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NBA and NFL videos. And please make sure and click the like button, as we appreciate it and it really helps us out. I'll be coming with my NFL video tomorrow morning, so make sure that you're on the lookout for that. And I'm gonna be quick with this video. I mean, it's a small 5 game slate. We'll just jump into it. So first, we'll start with the Lakers at Cleveland. This game has a 219 implied total. Cleveland is favored by 9.5. Then we got the Knicks at Brooklyn. To face the Nets, this game has a 213 implied total. Brooklyn is favored by 1.5. We got Mavericks at Golden State. This game has a 212 total. Golden State's favored by 11. We got the Pistons at Atlanta. This game has a 207 implied total. Detroit's favored by 3.5. And then we got the Kings going into Minnesota to face the Timberwolves. This game has a 203 implied total. Minnesota's favored by 9.5. It's not bad of a 5 game slate. We got some spots. We are going to be waiting on injury news once again. And then the injury news has been very frustrating. Tonight was an extremely frustrating night for me. I mean, my night was going very well going into the last game. Everybody pretty much hit value. Some people crushed value for me. I was looking really good. And then we go, into the Houston game. I have James Harden. I get him at 26% owned, and I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. James Harden has the worst game in a month and a half, and he shot horrible. He only played 31 minutes, in the blowout. Chris Paul pretty much had the night that James Harden was supposed to have, and it crushed me. But hey, it is what it is. It's daily fantasy. Lost by 2 points, so I know that at least my process was right. So I'm not going to be too discouraged. And yeah, we'll get into it. So first we'll start at point guard. I like this guy. I think he's more of a GPP play, but he's been very good, and he's been getting, into the mid 30s, occasionally 40s. I like him in this matchup going against the Knicks. I think this game is going to be, a pretty up-tempo game. Both teams kind of suck, in my opinion. They're just going to be taking a lot of three-pointers and long shots. So definitely take a look at Dinwiddie. And like I said, I think he is a little bit more of a GPP play, though. Then we got Lonzo Ball. I mean, I'm just going to quickly say, he has the upside to get, 40, 50 fantasy points. And I will note that the Cavs are not, the absolute best in the league against guards. I do like going with guards against the Cavs. He is definitely a GPP play as well. But he has the upside, but he also has the downside of 10. That's kind of what you get with him. But his minutes, he's been playing some solid minutes when the games have been close. And he's doing his thing for the most part. So he's averaging 32 fantasy points a game. So he's a good GPP play tomorrow. Got Berea. Ever since Dennis Smith has been out, the guy, he only plays 28, 21, 24 minutes, but he puts up fantasy points 24, 22, 31. And imagine if they gave him a 30-minute game, he'll crush value. So I like him at 5.5. For him to hit value, you need about 27. You would like the minutes to be up, this way so you feel a little bit more comfortable with him getting the 27 mark. But, I like him, especially with Dennis Smith being out again tomorrow. Then we'll talk about the guy that's actually starting in front of Berea, Yogi Ferrell. I played him against Minnesota. He got me a decent 22. And then, everybody was on him against San Antonio, and I didn't like him. I'm like, against the Spurs, they got Kawhi back. I just don't. I think this team would be even better. And he did very well that night. He played against the Spurs, 35 minutes, got 16 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. So the guy, when he gets minutes, he's gonna do decent. That's what I'm kind of, learning about him. And his price is still under 5,000. For him to hit value, you need about 22, 23. If he's gonna start once again, I think he's gonna get you close to that. In the past 5 games, he's got you at least 22 in 4 of the past 5. So if he's starting, definitely look at him once again. We got Clay. As long as Curry's out, and I think Draymond's going to be out tomorrow, the guy's going to get massive usage. Been playing a lot of minutes. They've need him to. The games have been a little bit closer without some of their other guys. One thing that kind of is like about Clay is he's never really going to super fill these stat sheets up, but at least he's doing something. And he gave us at least 28 fantasy points. I'm sorry, we'll say at least 30 fantasy points in 5 of the past 6. So you gotta like that. His price tag is a little bit high, more than I would like it. For him to hit value, you need him to get about 36. I mean, he could definitely get there, and I do like him. One thing I will note about the Mavs is they are a little bit more of a slow tempo team. So even though the Warriors are gonna try to bring it up tempo, the Mavs, that's just not what they do. But yeah, no, Clay is definitely a good play though. Then we got Wiggins. His price tag had jumped 600 since his last matchup. He had played 40 minutes against Philadelphia in an overtime game. He scored 39 fantasy points, so he had a great game. But before that, he had a 15, a 18, a 22, a 19. And something like this is going to kill you. Especially, the thing that doesn't really make sense is, he's playing all these minutes. But I know what it is. I mean, he's a scorer, and now they got Butler, Towns, Teague, and him. They're all, kind of eating at each other's minutes. I mean, not minutes, but shots. And, shots are becoming a little bit more scarce between all of them, and all of their shots are coming down. So that's what kind of scary about, going with somebody like Wiggins is, he is a primary scorer. At 6,500, you need about 32 from him. I definitely think that he can get there against the Kings if this game stays close. And he plays his regular allotment of minutes. But, this game is projected to be 9.5 total, so it could definitely get out of hand. I feel like the Timberwolves are a much better team than the Kings. Then we will go to, like I said, I do like guards against the Cavaliers. So you got Pope. I mean, this guy, for him, his minutes are pretty steady. He's playing 35 to 37 minutes a game. He's averaging 28 fantasy points a game this season. He's getting there for the most part. He has a solid floor. I mean, he's doing a little bit of everything. He's playing defense, and he gets a lot of steals. And I don't really look at guys and say, those steals boost up his fantasy points. But this guy gets steals. I mean, he has a steal in almost every single game this season. So you gotta that is he plays some good defense. He gets steals. Get you those extra 3 points every time. You need 30 for him to hit value. I mean, I definitely think he can get there against the Cavs. People are gonna, this game is projected to be 9.5 total. I think the Lakers are gonna keep it a little bit close. Have faith in my team. We've been playing very well. So definitely look at Caldwell-Pope. We got Bradley. His price is cheap, but he hasn't been playing very well. But although in the past 4 games, 2 of the past 4 he got at least 26. His price tag you need 25. So I do like Bradley. Against Atlanta, it's gonna be a little bit of an up-tempo game. They're favored. You just gotta. He's been playing horrible. I like Bradley. He's averaging 23 fantasy points a game this season. He was very consistent for a long stretch. I don't know, maybe he's playing hurt, or he's just getting worn down, or I'm not sure. But he's a good player. I do like the matchup. I think he is definitely somebody to consider. He is pretty inexpensive. When he's playing well, he gets up into the low 6,000s. So definitely just take a look at Avery Bradley while he's cheap. Last guy I'll talk about quickly, J.R. Smith. 4.3 for him to value, you need 21. He's averaging 17. For the most part, the past 2 games, his minutes, they've been kind of down a little bit. But he went a long stretch where he's averaging overall for the season about 32 minutes a game. He's going against my Lakers, and one thing about my Lakers is we give up a lot of fantasy points. That's for sure. J.R. Smith's starting. I think he's a GPP play, definitely. I don't think he's a cash game play. But he's a guy that can light it up in an up-tempo game like this against the Lakers. He does get steals, so definitely take a look at him in GPP. Now we're going to go to the biggest debate of the night. Do we go with LeBron against the Lakers in a great matchup. I love this matchup for LeBron. Or do we go with KD against a slower paced Mavericks, but Draymond's going to be out. So without Draymond, this dude has been killing it. The past 3 games, he has a 66, 74, and a 51. I mean, he's been getting hella blocks. He's getting some steals. He's scoring like crazy. So the big debate is going to be who you go with right here. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to answer that for you because I still have to debate it myself, and I don't know which way I want to go yet. So I don't want to tell you the wrong way, and then you come back and tell me, man, you said him, and he went off. So that question, I'm going to leave you alone. Those 2 guys are in play. Then we got Butler. Butler, his price is, starting to get up a little bit, but he's playing massive. He's playing in the past 6 games, 5 of the 6 he's got 40 minutes. And the one he didn't, he got 39. He's playing massive minutes. But he's putting up massive totals. And for him to value, you need about 47. I definitely think he can get there against the Kings. One thing, like I may know is that I think it could be a blowout. But I do like Butler for sure. Then we got, I'm just going to talk about this guy because it's going against Golden State. It's his old team. I think that he kind of gets up for these games. Let me see if they've played him this season yet. Oh, so they played him the first game. I mean, that was a long time ago. Harrison Barnes has really been getting into form. He's been pretty much in form all season. He's been playing very well. He got 28 against him last time. But I think he was more going against KD in this matchup. And I think KD is going to be playing more of the 4 with Draymond out. So Harrison Barnes, he's going to get guarded by, actually, it's going to be probably to start off, it's going to be Caspi. So otherwise, or they put Caspi at, no, I think they'll probably do Caspi as small forward against Harrison Barnes. I do like that matchup for Barnes. If he was going to be matched up against Draymond and they put, against Kevin Durant, then I would be kind of like, just because Kevin Durant's big. But this guy, either way, he's been very consistent. Averaging 31 fantasy points a game. He's going to be low owned, so he could kind of give you a chance to get you some of that, away from the ownership and possible GPP down, takedown help. He has the upside to get 40, 45. In my opinion. But, he's averaging 31 fantasy points a game, and it's there pretty much every game. So he does give you that really solid floor. So I do like Harrison Barnes. And like I said, it's kind of a revenge game. That's why I kind of like him a little bit more. I feel like he gets up for that game, especially going back to Golden State. And then I'll quickly talk about the 2 guys on the other side. Of it, we got Caspi, 4,100. He's pretty cheap. You need 20 for him to hit value. He started this game. Every time he started pretty much this season, he's got us in the mid-20s, pretty much every single time. They're playing him 25 minutes. I think they'll give him up to 30 minutes if they absolutely have to. And it's a guy that, he gets points, he gets rebounds. He gets a little bit of everything. He fills up the stat sheet. I do like Caspi if he's going to start again tomorrow. Like I said, but against the Mavericks, it is a little bit of a slower paced game. Then we got Iguodala. Backup comes in. He's playing a lot of minutes though. He played at least 29 minutes in the past 3 games. He had a dud against Detroit, but besides that, the past 4, 22, 33, 25. His price was a little bit cheaper. At 4,700, you need about 23 from him, 24. I definitely think he can get there if this game stays close and he plays just 29 to 31 minutes. I think he's solid. But I honestly probably in cash games, if Caspi's starting, would probably rather go that route. Now we'll go to power forward. Porzingis against Brooklyn. His price is up. But, he's been playing pretty well. He's got 55 and 66 the past 2 games, playing massive minutes, going against Brooklyn in an up-tempo game. I feel like they don't really have a big man that can kind of guard Porzingis. They're a little bit of a smaller team, so I like him. Hollis-Jefferson, he may be the guy matched up against Porzingis. But, this guy, he's just doing a little bit of everything. He's filling up the stat sheet. I really like him. 7,200, you need about 35, 36 for him to hit value. In the past 4, he's got you at least 31. One thing I will note is, hopefully, if he is guarding Porzingis, he doesn't get in foul trouble. That is the risk that you take. But he's been consistent, and I do like him. He's playing very well right now. Got Gibson. His price finally went up 500, but it's still too cheap. He's playing, mid-30s, high 30s. For him to hit value, you need about 29. He's averaging 27 a game this season. This guy, he's just consistent. He's somebody you could throw in your cash games and feel pretty comfortable. He's probably going to be going against Zach Randolph a little bit. But, I like him. I like a guy who's going to be playing massive minutes and does fill up the stat sheet, gets a little bit of everything. That's something we're always looking for. Then we'll go down on a little bit cheaper end. If Draymond for sure is out, Bell's going to start. I think he's still too cheap. If he's going to start, the 2 games he started, he played 20 and 25 minutes. He got you 25 and 21. For him to hit value, you need about 21. So if he starts tomorrow, I think he's definitely in a good position. This game, he only played 20 minutes. He got 0 points, but he got you 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks. Still got the value, like I said. And then this game, he scored 11. So what if you put your 11 right here? He's going to be in the 30s. At his price, I like him. He's a very active rookie. Then we got Crowder against my Lakers, targeting the Lakers again. This guy, for the most part, we'll say he's playing about overall 25 minutes a game. That's cool. For a guy, 3,900, you need 20 for him to hit. Actually, about 19, 20 for him to hit value. Going against the Lakers, he's got you 16, 27, 19, 19, and a dud of 7. So, he's got you pretty much this value in the past 4 of the past 5 games. And like I said, against my Lakers in an up-tempo game, I got to like Crowder. And we got Karl-Anthony Towns. This guy, he won me some money the other night. This dude played 48 minutes. He got me 19, 16, 2, 3, 4. Man, he won me so much money this night. He got me 61 fantasy points. At his price tag, you need 50. He's got you at least 50 in the past 3 games. I'm going against the Kings. They don't have really nobody that's going to match up against him and be able to contain him. He's playing well right now, playing a lot of minutes. I like Anthony Towns a lot. Then we got Drummond. I think he's going to be low owned. Because he dudded on everybody last game. He was like 64% owned in cash game. This was the night I went Towns instead of him. Towns was only 300 more, but he dudded and he killed everybody, and it put me up there, a lot. And so, he's kind of had a couple down games. So I think people are going to kind of be off him a little bit at 9,400. I think he's a solid GPP play. I'm going against Atlanta. What big guy does Atlanta have that's even going to match Drummond? They don't have nobody big that could really compete with him. So I do like Drummond in this spot. I think he's going to be low owned. Then you got to go Love. Going against my Lakers. We struggle against solid big men. Love, what amazes me about him is he hasn't even been playing 30 minutes lately, but he's still getting solid solid averages right here. The least he has in this time stretch is 32.4 actually, but he's only hit 32 times in that stretch. So Love has been playing well. If he can get into the 30s, I think this guy could have a monster game. I'm at his price, like I said, you need about 40. It is kind of pushing it a little bit, but anything's possible against my Lakers. Every time my Lakers play pretty much, and the people that play against us usually have a lot of fantasy points. So I like everybody on the Lakers and on the Cavaliers pretty much. I don't really think this is going to be a blowout. I think it'll be, somewhat close. Then we got Kanter going against Brooklyn. Brooklyn doesn't even really have a center right now. Kanter, thing about him is, he's the same thing with the minutes. I don't know why none of these centers really get minutes. That's why I like Towns so much, is Towns just gets all the minutes. But this guy, he gets fantasy points in bunches. That's what we know about Kanter. He's starting right now. His price tag is a little bit more than I would like. For him to hit value, you need about About 32, 33, and I mean he hasn't really even got near that in the past 5 games. Before that, he had two 40-point games. So I think he's a little bit more of a GPP play at this price. But I mean, this is a tough slate. You're gonna have to pay, pay for somebody that you maybe don't want to just to fit in other people. And he's in the mid range, so I mean he's definitely in play. Then we got Brook Lopez. Yes, Brook Lopez. My bad. But Love doesn't really play defense. Brook Lopez, think about him, is his minutes aren't there either. But I mean, playing about 22, 23 minutes overall for in the season, and he's got you, at least 22 fantasy points in 4 of the past 5. At his price tag, you need about 22 for him to hit value on the cheaper end. If you want to kind of just put somebody in there and then just pay up elsewhere. I mean, I do like him, but I think he probably is a little bit more of a GPP player though. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with my picks. So let's just kind of get into the ones I like. So if this dude starts again tomorrow, you can put him in there. I like him. But I think he's probably going to be more popular. You can try to like differentiate yourself a little bit. Maybe go JJ Barea. If you think that Ferrell's going to be, super owned. But I do like him. I think he's a solid cash game play. Oh, and then we got the ugly position. I'm going to have to go with. Let me come back to this one. I want to think on that one a second. Oh, this position, huh? So this position, I'm gonna just keep it easy. I'm gonna go with Caspi. I think Draymond's gonna be out. He's gonna be starting. This sucks that I gotta kind of build like this, but these are core cheap guys. This way you can make this decision that I'm not gonna make for you. You can make this decision by playing a couple players that save you some salary. Yeah, let me see. We'll go with Gibson right there. And then I think I like Love. See, so you could even, boom. Which one did I, I skipped shooting guard. Let me see. Let me just play with something real quick. You put him, and then you pick one of these. How much Oh yeah, you can do that. You can either one. So I'm gonna go with something like that. I think something like that is a solid core for tomorrow. Um, that's just something that you can fit your LeBron, you can fit your KD, whoever you want. You can go pay up a little bit, power forward. You can go cheap. Those are just some ideas. I think those are some solid plays tomorrow. You can kind of build around. Make sure that Caspi starting if Draymond's out, and and the Yogi Ferrell starting. But I'm pretty sure that he is. So yeah, hey, that's kind of where I'm at. With this video, I'll be back tomorrow with our picks for Friday. Make sure and check out my NFL video. I'll put it up in the morning. And hey, let's make some money tomorrow. Have a good night.